Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Jacob Berard, and up till now my channel has been mostly about fishing, and I love fishing. It's a passion of mine, but another passion is dirt bikes. And with all this quarantine and stuff, I've kind of not been able to ride that much, but I have a track here at my house, so I'm starting to ride a little bit more. But one thing I've really wanted to do lately is try to set up some training for younger kids to learn how to be safe and some skills on the track. But unfortunately, with being self-distant and everything, we have not been able to do that. So I figured I could post some YouTube videos specifying some skills and some things that I think could really help you guys get better on the track and hone your skills a little bit. So today our objective is going to be learning how to hit this rut and my top 3 tips to how to perfect riding in ruts, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright, so the 3 things that I think would help you guys the most with riding in ruts are these. So the first thing is rider positioning. So you kind of want to be neutral on the bike. You don't want to be back here on the seat. You don't want to be all the way up here like this on the gas cap. You want to be just a little bit off, really whatever feels comfortable to you. If you're taller, you might be a little bit farther back. If you're shorter, a little bit farther forward, but whatever feels comfortable. Pretty neutral positioning. And you want your elbows up and out. If you have your elbows like this, when you get hit braking bumps or anything going into the rut, it can just go like this and then you fall, make a mistake, and that costs time. So when you're up like this, you have more control, more pressure, and where the bike goes. So that's my first tip. The second tip is going to be your feet. Some people, I notice, not a huge deal, but they ride with their toes kind of out, or they ride with their toes flat, but they're not tight. What you want to do is you want to put your toes in, kind of like so, pointed in towards the bike, like this. Kind of, I think that's duck walking maybe. Is that what that's called? You want your toes in, all the way tight. It's going to give you the most control over the bike. You also want your knees in really tight, because that's going to help you push the bike one way, left, right. Oh, now I'm falling. We're good. So that's the first 2 tips. The third tip is going to be standing and sitting in the corner. When you stand in the corner, you want to stand till about 50% of the way, or maybe 25% of the way, depending on the corner. When you get in, you're standing, you're in your neutral attack position, toes locked, knees locked, elbows up, looking ahead. You go in, you sit down, you can put your leg out, but you don't have to. I'm going to show both here in a minute. But those are my 3 big tips to help you guys get better at hitting ruts. So now I'm going to demonstrate, and I'll kind of pause the video here and there and point out a couple things, like the things we just talked about, and hopefully you guys can learn something.
So, as you can see here, my knees are tight, my toes are in, and my elbows are up, giving me maximum control. Alright, in this clip that I have slowed down, as you can see coming into the corner, my elbows are all the way up, and throughout the entire corner, up to this point, my elbows are still all the way up, especially the outside one.
Alright, so those are the 3 main tips, but one more that's super important that I wanted to mention was throttle control. I see a lot of people, they go into corners, they hit the throttle as hard as they can, and they lose control. The back end slips out, or the front comes up and washes out. What you want to do is you want to get into the corner and roll onto the throttle from about 50% to 75% of the way through the corner, and just roll all the way through. Slow is fast when you're thinking about corners and ruts like this, because a mistake costs you a lot more than if you actually went fast. So going through smooth is fast, and I'm going to demonstrate some throttle control. This thing is your friend and your worst enemy. So you just want to roll on it, not necessarily whack on it until the very end when you know you have good traction. So that'll be the next thing I show you. Alright guys, so that's basically it. Those are kind of the tips and tricks that I thought would help you guys the most with corners like this. I think those, if you focus on those 4 things, you might really see an improvement in your corner speed and your corner efficiency. So not falling, not making mistakes, not being as tired at the end of a race. Doing these things are going to help you with all that, and it's really going to make you a more refined rider, because it's not all about going fast. If you think about how many corners there are in a race, whether it's a hare scramble, enduro, motocross, doesn't matter. The corners is where the money's at, not in the jumps, not in the straightaways. It's really important to be efficient and smooth in the corners. So you want to focus on throttle control, body positioning, your elbows up, your leg positioning, knees in, toes in. That's really going to help you get in that corner, stay in that corner, and drive out of that corner as efficiently as possible. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. I'm planning on doing a couple more of these videos while we're on quarantine, and if you guys like them, I'll do some more. And hopefully at some point when this is all over, I can do some actual training. Here at the house we have a really cool track, and I've really been enjoying riding. So thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe, like the video. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you guys have a good night.